Hey guys, and welcome back to Red, White, and Blues, your ref-led US fan Chelsea channel. That's a wrap on Chelsea 3, Nottingham Forest 0. Now, let's get into the analysis of today's game, because not only did we secure all 3 points, bringing us up to 6th level on points with City and Spurs at 14. We also sent Postecoglu packing, punishing some poor positioning on set pieces. After the team came out swinging, following some prudent halftime substitutions and instructions from Maresca, who was serving his touchline ban, but was still able to make some impactful changes to the match at halftime when he was able to speak to the team. However, worrying moments did rear their head. Of course, we had some concerning build-up play and possession in the defensive third, with some poor passes leading directly to dangerous opportunities for Forest in the first 20 minutes of the match. I think there were 4 or 5 of them. And of course, Gusto did get sent off in the second half in the 87th minute, making it 4 red cards in the last 6 matches, 4 red cards in the last 4 Premier League matches. So it does look like we do have a bit of a discipline problem rearing its head here at Chelsea Football Club. The introduction of Gu into the lineup after the second half substitutions and repositioning of João Pedro was very impactful in the course of the match, allowing us to get the most attacking firepower out of our attackers and really shine there in the opening moments of the second half, leading to 2 quick goals and a foothold in the match that we were able to maintain throughout the rest of the game. Caicedo's reintroduction, of course, showed how important he is to the engine room of our midfield. He's one of the best midfielders in the Premier League, and it really showed in his absence, with Lavia trying to fill into his shoes, struggling to do so. They're big shoes to fill. So let's go ahead and get into the linesman's notes. Like we said, the second half substitutions were very important for the team. The introduction of Gu, Caicedo, and Gittins at halftime was very important. Garnacho was struggling to get past his man Milinkovic there on the left. Lavia was struggling to develop and build up play, carrying the ball through midfield, filling in Caicedo's roles. He was involved in a couple of those errant passes in the first half, leading to attacking opportunities for Nottingham Forest. So Caicedo coming back onto the pitch, he's one of the best midfielders in the Premier League. He was able to mop everything up and keep a tight control over the midfield and defensive thirds in the second half. I thought James looked good in stepping into midfield like he always does. It gives opportunity for new shape to the team, letting Gusto overlap and get involved in the attacking half space as well, while we still have cover back with Reece James in that central defensive midfield, fullback sort of half space in the defensive midfield third. I thought he did really well in that role. Lavia, like I said, struggled a little bit, and Andre Santos had really big boots to fill as well for Cole Palmer in that attacking midfield space. For the team, we know how important Cole is and how instrumental he is in really making our attack tick, so putting a player like Andre Santos into that role was always going to be a big ask. The redeployment of João Pedro into that creative role serves the team really well. I think that's his best position on the field, is playing off of a second striker, or playing off of a main striker like Liam Delap or Mark Gu, who I thought played really well, showed that he can be of good service to this team. I think that we should keep him around rather than sending him back out on loan to Sunderland, which is his only other option since he's played for 2 teams this season in the Premier League, which is the maximum. but I do think that he can be very important to providing quality backup in our forward line. I think he provides a better profile than Tyreek George, who's much more of a winger than a striker. Mark Yu is able to provide that kind of classical number 9 profile, hold up play a little bit, and then is really actually tenacious getting into tackles and causing problems for defenders, and is aggressive in his pursuit of the ball with long balls played up to him. So I think that his introduction to the match was also instrumental in reworking the attack for the second half to get the most out of it and be able to get all 3 points from the game. Blue card. Achimpong. Josh is going to go ahead and get a blue card for the game. He's going to go ahead and get the first one of the game. He scored his first senior goal for the club, which was a great moment. Joined the club at 8 years old. He's true blue Chelsea all the way through. Great positioning and aggression to stay up in the attack as a center back, following some high pressure and early corner from the boys in blue, Chelsea, in the start of the second half. His positioning in the delivery of the ball was really good. He just kind of drifted into that open space in the 6-yard box and got a free header, highlighting the defensive frailty of Postecoglu's Forest on set pieces and similar crossing setups. So I was really excited to see that for the young lad, for him to get his goal. Blue card, Pedro Neto. Great free kick. There is something to be said that there's a bit of a goalkeeping error there for Sells. He is certainly unsighted as the ball comes through the wall, but can do better with his positioning, likely he doesn't have a ton of time to react to it as he's unsighted and just gets a poor reaction, so he's not able to get a good strong hand to it and force it wide of the frame of the goal on his save. But it is a good free kick from Pedro Neto nonetheless, hammering it through the wall with enough pace to get it past the keeper and make it 2-0 to Chelsea. Finally, blue card to the captain, Reece James. It's a good goal. It's another goal from set piece, another goal that is poorly marked from Forest on a set piece. The ball just falls to Reece James there near the penalty spot, who just hammers it through the legs of the Forest defender pretty nonchalantly. He's got a lot of time there to just pick his spot and hit it into the goal. It's always great to see the captain score. It's been a while since the last time he scored. I think it was in January. But always great to see Reece get on the score sheet and put the game to bed. Yellow card. It has been concerning lately that we have this lack of composure when in defensive possession when in possession in the defensive third. There's been a couple times now this season that we've seen errant passes and poor marshaling of the defense lead to goals and attacking opportunities for the opposition. Today we got lucky in those first 20 minutes that Forest were not able to convert any of those chances to goals, but we have seen earlier in the season how dangerous it can be when we give the ball away in the defensive third, and we really need to keep an eye on properly playing our passes so that we can build up play and possess through the defensive third into midfield, and we don't keep creating these worrisome moments, because better teams are going to take advantage of it. They're going to punish us for it, and we're going to lose games as a result. So we need to keep track of the ball in the defensive third of the field, keep track of the possession, play smarter passes, play accurate passes, play to feet, so that we can effectively build up from the back. There was a moment in the opening 10 minutes of the first half, it was in the 6th minute, that it looked like Morato for Forest could have potentially gotten a yellow card that wasn't given as he pulled back. I believe it was João Pedro, I didn't note it down, but as he pulled back the Chelsea attacker who rounded him, he did end up getting a yellow card in the 40th or 41st minute, which could have been a second yellow had he been given that initial yellow card. So a moment of potential controversy there in the match, but I think it's early in the match. It certainly could be a caution, but I think the referee handled it well, and we ended up getting all 3 points, so it didn't end up mattering in the long term. Red card. Discipline problems again rear their ugly head. We have yet another red card. That's 4 red cards out of 6 matches, but it's 4 red cards from the last 4 Premier League matches. So that combined with Estevao's yellow card for time wasting after just kicking it into the open net following conceding a free kick in our attacking third, Forest defensive third. It's again totally unnecessary. Malo Gusto gets sent off for a second yellow card on a challenge that to me is probably unnecessary. He has defensive cover back. We're winning 3-0 at this point in the match. Don't take that red card. It is Malo Gusto. It's not necessarily a player who starts every match for the team, but it's unnecessary. We can't have these discipline problems again. They're going to come back to punish us later if we keep playing into these same outcomes, where eventually they're going to come back and bite us. That is going to go ahead and bring an end to today's recap of Chelsea 3, Nottingham Forest 0. Ange Postecoglu was fired about 10 or 15 minutes after the match, so we were the final nail in his coffin. Will Ange be brought back to another team in the Premier League? Do you guys think it was a good sacking for Forest? Personally, I do. No wins in his first 8 matches. The team is averaging, or they've scored 7 goals in 8 games, so less than a goal a game, and are conceding way too many goals. I think it was not a good fit initially to bring Postecoglu in. He's a super different manager tactically than Nuno, who they built the team around. So I think it'll be interesting to see who they bring in to replace him. You know, there's been talk of people like Sean Dyche who are good at avoiding relegation. It'll be interesting to see what they do. Go ahead and let me know what you guys think about the situation with Postecoglu getting the sack down in the comments as well as what you guys thought about the game in general. Do you guys think that Chelsea has a discipline problem, or do you agree with the manager that we've just been unlucky with red cards so far this season? Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification down below so that you guys don't miss any future videos, and I will see you guys for a preview next week.